till today. I'm just going to show you, take an example, this cartridge website. If I want to display it on a screen, then how it will display it, very important to understand. First one, exam. Why do we need this exam server? This will provide you an environment to write your PHP code, because your browser can understand only HTML and CSS. Your browser does not having a knowledge of PHP. Who is responsible for this? Foundation is responsible for rendering your web page, which means whatever your PHP code it will render this to web page acceptable language. Take an example. For running this, what exactly we need to write? Localhost. What was my folder name? This is the web application that I am right now working on. This application I am creating it for England client. How actually I have created this? As you can see, this is the htdocs folder. Here I just have created all the web pages, and the extension of these web pages will be PHP. And thereafter we just need to create different folder for organizing our code. Take an example, asset folder. What it contain? It contain my CSS, images, JavaScript, all like third vendor API, which we need to store it in a one particular folder. Take an example, if admin want to access my application, because everyone say this thing, your website should be dynamic. Similar way, take an example, admin can access my panel, the admin panel, if that person is having a valid credential. Valid credential means valid username, valid password. Take an example, if I'm going to add any of random number, what exactly the message it will display? This will display me, please correct the username and password. What exactly the view we are it is going to be display it on a screen, that we can create it using a HTML. And for making it more impressive, we have to apply CSS. I will show you the simple process so that each and every student will be able to create a normal application, will be able to understand inter-web page communication, and can easily apply this kind of techniques. And take an example, if person is going to input a valid username and a valid password, then what will happen? This is my project that will be live within a 2 or a 3 day. I'm just going to show you so that you also can create that kind of application that are a demand of industry. See, this is the admin panel. Admin panel will contain CRUD operation. We'll discuss CRUD and all the things. And very important, this one will be my front view. That means all the things, what exactly it will be showing here, and all the categories that need to be shown. We will be able to add this category, but from the backend. Backend is nothing, that is just, you can say, admin panel that will provide you a facility for performing CRUD. Let me try to understand what exactly the CRUD means. Always remember one thing, CRUD. C stand for create. That means, take an example, if someone is going to want to register in your web application. First one is create table name. This can be handled by using a SQL queries. After the creation of this, retrieve is very quite important. Take an example, if someone has registered with the name Aman 123456, we should have to save this detail in a PHP myadmin. I hope you all have an understanding of PHP MyAdmin. I'm just going to show you as well so that we'll have a small understanding what exactly we will do in next 1 hour. See, this one is PHP MyAdmin. This will take a time. The reason behind is because already have a two instance for this. I have installed Workbench as well as MySQL PHP MyAdmin. That's why it is just taking a time. Otherwise, in your system, it will not take too much of time. You can easily access it within a 1 hour, within a 10 to 20 seconds. See, right now, all you are able to see my screen on the left side. As you can see, all that the website I have created, all the list of database. That means when we are going to create any of application, that can be any application, very important to store that data. Take an example, registration form. Take an example of any Facebook or any of application. Registration form, let me take an example of Facebook. If someone is going to add an input like basic information going to add, where you are going to store that kind of information, that kind of information we need to store it in a PHP MyAdmin. I will show you the connectivity process and all the things in next session, that is in tomorrow. We'll show you how we can connect this simple HTML page application and how can we connect with this MySQL, what will be the process. We'll do all the things practically, that will be hands-on just for your understanding. First, that means always keep this thing in mind, should have D stand for delete, or what, create, retrieve, update and delete. Now today in this 1 hour session, what exactly we will try to learn HTML5. We'll create a few pages and thereafter we'll see how we can write a PHP code, how we can connect that to normal web page, because HTML is a client-side scripting language that is used for the creation of static web page. And what is PHP? This is used for converting your static page to a dynamic web page. And backend technology, obvious, that will be MySQL. That means you don't have to much worried about what exactly you need to do. Is you just need to install this exam server. In this exam server, having a facility of this starting a services. Like we just need only the two services. One is Apache and second one is MySQL. With this service, we can easily execute, we can easily create a web application using PHP. Let us start with simple one, and everyone just go to htdocs folder. After going into this htdocs folder, create a one folder. Let us suppose I'm just going to create my one folder, my workshop. Right now this folder is empty. If I want to access, what exactly I need to write? I just need to write localhost slash the same folder name. What was the folder name? That folder name was my workshop. And same wording we need to write. As you can see, showing me the page directory, we have not created any of the page. Everyone just take a one normal folder, and in this folder, similar way, we will create different kind of web pages, and we'll see how that web page, how we can write PHP, because PHP can be embedded in this PHP can be embedded in any of client-side scripting language. We'll see all this. Just everyone, just create. Hello. I hope you all have created this folder, and let me start with the very normal this exercise, and after that we'll move further. Take an example. We just want to create this rectangular cube volume calculator. Let us suppose this kind of a web application if we want to create, and the formula for this will be volume equal to width multiplied by height multiplied by depth. Yes, everyone, let we create a one web page, and with this web page, what exactly we will take three inputs: width, height, and depth. And thereafter, with the help of PHP, very simple one, we'll try to create a result on a next page. For this, what exactly we need to do? We just need to take a new page, and we'll try to create. Let us first understand what exactly we are going to create right now. My screen is visible to you. Just a read once what exactly we will do. We will create a one web page, and with this we'll have a three input. That means with the help of form elements, we'll take three inputs, and will lastly we'll take a result of this. let me take a very simple steps. First one, whenever we are going to create any of the HTML page, very important one is write HTML first. And thereafter should have a head tag and body tag. This head tag is basically used for, see, take an example, whatever the website we are going to create. I'm just going to show my application so that we'll have an understanding of this. Take an example, my website skyblueelectronic.com. As you can see, the title page along with see, this is the title. That means what exactly it is showing. This is the description. It means these are known as meta tags, and these meta tags we can define it in this in between head section. And take an example, if I want to give a title, we can easily specify a title with the help of, take an example, my right now with application this we are going to create a rectangular cube calculator. All meta tags that will be all scripting. Take example, we have two type of CSS. One is internal and second is external CSS. And that should be linked with my HTML coding, which means where we can link it in this head section. Head section will be responsible for your meta tag, for linking, as well as for adding a keyword details. And whatever it will be display it on a screen, that should be in a body section. Take an example, if I'm going to show this web page is working, and for storing this web page, take an example, this is the simple structure I have created so that all will be able to understand all the things. And take an example, if I want to save, just need to press Ctrl S. After pressing Ctrl S, the same folder, HE docs, that folder we just have created it for our workshop, my workshop. And this is my first page. This is my home page, which means the page name should be index.php. Let us save this. See, right now, as you can see, will provide you proper highlighted color. That means these are the color coding that it indicates that start. Actually, we have two type of tag. One is singular tag. Second one we have pair tag. Singular mean not having a closing of tag like this HR tag. This tag is known as singular. Pair tag mean have opening of tag as well as closing of tag. Let us first run this so that we'll see what exact it is showing to me on a screen. As you can see right now, it is showing that this web page is completely working right now. That means it is giving us a result. And take an example, if we go to this exercise, what exactly needed in this, we just need to create a one form. That form should have an ability to take three inputs. Let us first create a form, and thereafter we'll apply a CSS as well so that we'll have a proper understanding of this. As you can see this title page, this web title page will be shown it here upside. I'm just showing you. See this one. As you can see right now, my rectangular cube volume calculator. This means this is the title page that is going to be shown. And this one is, this page is working. Whatever you want to show it on a web page, that should be in a body tag. That all the things should be in a body tag. Every time you just need to keep this thing in mind. Take an example. If I'm going to write like this, PHP echo hello. Let us use a BR tag. What exactly it will happen? This will showing this web page is working, break, and thereafter hello. See, it is showing me hello message as well after break. Take an example. If I want to see the source code, as you can see in this source code, as you can see in this code, source code, PHP script is not being shown on this. Like I have written echo hello, PHP script start, PHP script close. That is the server side understandable language. What exactly my exam server is doing, this will behave like as a rendering, which means that it is taking a server side response, converting it to a browser acceptable response, and thereafter it is showing to me. And this enabling us to, that means PHP, whatever you are going to write in PHP script code, if it is only runnable and will show you only the result of this. Let us do the more one, and thereafter we'll create this rectangular box. Let us see, take an example. I'm just in this, we don't have too much worried about the variable declaration. Actually, we're just having an understanding of this. It has a dynamic type. Dynamic type means whatever the input you are going to give, there accordingly the data type will be assigned. Take an example. If I'm taking 25, $a b equal to 30, and want to add two variable $c $a plus $b, just adding them. And take an example, after hello, just going to print again echo $c. What exactly it will do? Echo mean display. Whatever you want to display, you can display it on a browser screen with the help of echo. If you do not want to display this controlling, let me run it so that we'll have an understanding why do need this exam. See, hello 55. That means it is showing me result. Just we are going to put a one more break so that we'll be able to understand. You can easily write any of the tag as well. This is the beauty of PHP. Beauty, what exactly PHP is? Hypertext preprocessor language that provide you a facility in echo. If you are going to add any of the tag, this will behave like as whatever the predefined functionality of this. BR is used for break align. First one, when we have run, it is showing us hello 55. But again, if I'm going to run this hello 55 after a break, which means this is the benefit of PHP in echo. Whatever you want to display can display it. Let me see the source code again. As you can see, hello BR 55. It means it behave like as a rendering of your code. Our browser can understand only HTML, CSS. Browser is not having an idea what is PHP. Who is able to handle all the things? This exam. That means exam is extensible Apache, MySQL, PHP, and PHP MyAdmin support. That facilitate us to create our web pages. Let us create a web page. Take an example, my rectangular calculator. Not this is just for your understanding, so that we'll have an understanding how we can declare a variable in PHP. Hope you all have a quite understanding of this thing. Let me first create a normal HTML page and thereafter we'll discuss further. Form. In this we have different attributes. First attribute is method. In this we have two options. Either we can use get or we can use post. That is dependent on us. Let me take an example. I will show you the use of get as well as post. Thereafter we have an action. Form is an element. Form elements. It is a pair tag. Pair tag means opening and closing of tag. Form method equal to post. And we in this we have different kind of, let us suppose input tag. Input is a singular tag. Singular already mentioned this thing to you. But singular that means only having a opening of tag, no closing is needed for this. Let us take an example. Input type equal to number. As you can see in this case study, we need three input from the user: length, width, and height. We just need to specify name, width, and thereafter we have an option of placeholder. The use of this, I'll show you use of this. That means this will in between the display. Like take an example, I want to show the user, so that user will be able to enter this, enter width please, enter width please. Take an example. And nowadays we use HTML5. The benefit of this is we have benefit of this is taken, we have a one more. And what, see, we have one require mean this field is required to fill. As you can see, take an example in my application that I have created, that was shown to you. I'm just going to show it again. Localhost. As you can see, take an example, password. If someone is not going to add this password, as you can see, this is showing me this field is required. Why it is showing this thing? Because I have applied required. As you can see the coding as well with the help of inspect. Take an example, if I'm going to inspect, you can see whatever we are mentioning right now, same thing I have applied it here as well. As you can see, required. Required mean this is mandatory, this is important, you have to enter this. Similar way I just have written required. Similar way, what exactly we need to do, we just need to create three elements: width, height, and depth. I hope you all have a proper understanding of this HTML, and this is just very simple design I'm just creating. We need a one submit button as well. Input type equal to submit. What will be that means input. In this we have different options in types. It can be text, it can be email, it can be number, it can be password. One option we have is submit button. That means will exactly it is showing to us. As you can see, enter width please. It is showing because of we have a used placeholder. Enter height please. Height means that means three inputs are needed, and thereafter we have used cube go button. This is not looking more impressive. This is just HTML, just a normal static page. And let us make it more interesting. And what exactly we have done in morning session, let us take same design, so that actually we have done in the morning session with Java. But what the thing is that does not matter. The matter is client side scripting language creation. We just have done a front end technology over there. What exactly we will do, the same page that we have designed in the morning session, the same page we will take it, so that will be, so that you will be able to see the benefit of this. That means server side it can be any technology. Important one is client side understanding. See, right now it is not looking much impressive, or you can say why I have not applied any of CSS. I'm just going to take the same code, that in that code we already have applied the CSS as well. I'm just going to show you, and thereafter we'll use that client side scripting code. Next we'll try to understand the inter web page communication, and we'll apply PHP code script for calculating the volume. That means for calculating this volume equal to width multiplied by height multiplied by depth. It will just take 1 or 2 minutes just for opening. Actually, Eclipse, this tool is used for developing enterprise level application like using Spring Boot and all. And this will be opened just within a 1 minute, and thereafter we'll take this. as you can see this right now. This is the same page that we have created in the morning session. I'm just going to show you right now. This was not looking more impressive. Take an example. If we are going to just apply CSS, you can see what exact the difference we are getting. See, this is the difference. Same width, height, depth. And thereafter, what exactly? I just have applied the CSS. CSS is nothing. It is just used for making a web page more interactive. The same web page that we have created in the morning session, and the same page that I'm going to use it right now. I think all have able to understand. See what exactly we have used. HTML head is used for defining meta tag, title, styling, as well as linking script. This here I have used internal CSS. For any, you can say, take an example. If I want to apply a CSS on body tag, we just need to write body, and thereafter in this is the block. Here we need to define a CSS for this. Take an example. If we want, as I hope you all are able to understand what exactly we have done till now. We just have created a normal HTML page that was not looking more impressive. I just have added CSS so that right now it is looking impressive now. And see, whenever we are going to create any of the web page, what is important? In front portion should have header tag, and in last, that means should have footer tag. Take an example. Let me create a small header and footer, and we'll see what exactly it is going. Let us first finish this width, height, and depth, and thereafter we'll do the further process. Take an example. If some user is inputting 1, 2, 3, 3, when person is going to click it on go, here it is not going to perform any of the action. Why it is not performing any of the action? Because the reason is we have not mentioned any action on this. Let us create an action. Let us take a second dot php. Take an example of, let us give a name of result.php. It means this will take complete input and transfer. That means the input in this web page with the help of URL, all will be redirected to result.php. Let me try to understand this. Just create a new web page, result.php. Same thing, we will type HTML. HTML is a pair tag. That means should have a closing of HTML. Body tag. Body tag close. And should have head. With the help of H1, let us first this web page work. Take an example. Let us try this. And what will be the web page name? See, whatever that means here, whatever the action we have performed, that should be the name of my page, result.php. Result.php. We have to save this page in same folder in my workshop. In this right now, let we see what exactly we have done. We have just created two web pages, index, result. and take an example. Now just refresh it, and we are going to add a value in this. Now if someone is going to click it on go, this will redirect to a second page, result.php. You are not able to see the parameter right now. Why you are not able to see? Because we have applied the post. Let us show the parameter. What exactly we need to do? We need to just change it to get. Now if I'm going to refresh again, I'm going to add a value. I'm just going to click it on go. Let me see the difference in this. In post, we were not able to see any parameter in my URL. I'm just going to click it on this right now. I think now you can see result.php colon width equal to 1 and height equal to 2 and depth equal to 3. If you want to display, that means there is a decrypted form. Post mean encrypted form, not showing in URL. Let us suppose all security that depends on programming fundamental as well. Take an example, if you are working in a banking sector, take an example, they have just have given you a task, send a credit card detail, redirect a detail, credit card detail from one page to another page. You cannot use get, because what exactly the get will do, the get detail will be shown it in your URL. And take an example, if I'm going to change it to again post, then let me change it to post, then we will see the difference. We will just going to change it to post. Just going to refresh right now. Just let us enter values 2, 4, 3, 2, 3, 5. When someone is going to click it on go button, redirecting to a result.php page, but not a parameter. This is the concept of encryption and decryption, which means that depends on you. Whenever you are going to create any of the application, you should have proper understanding of this. Now, case study. Have to write get or post. Now the task is in this page. Three, so that we'll have an understanding. Dollar underscore get, dollar underscore post, dollar underscore request. We first discuss one by one what is the use of dollar underscore get. Take an example. I hope you all have understanding right now the two methods. One is get and the second method was post. Take an example, if you have used method equal to get in form element, which mean for retrieving the parameter, request parameter from my URL, we have to use $_get. If you have used $method post, then what exactly you will use $_post for this. And take an example, if you don't have an idea which method I have used, then we have another option as well, $_request. What is the use of this? This means don't have an idea, can be used for post or you get. That means this can retrieve a response in your screen from post method, from get method. Let us suppose if you don't have an idea which method I have applied, then we have request method. But the better is, take an example, if you are using post, use post method $_post. If you have used method equal to get, use $_get for retrieving a detail. Let's retrieve a detail and thereafter we'll see what exactly we need to do. $_, we have used post. Here we have used name should be same to same. Width, and what is the way to declare variable? Just $W. And similar way, let us display all the response, width, height, and depth. What exactly the user is going to input? Width, height, and depth. PHP is quite a very easy language, very easy, you can say. See, take example, if I want to display echo $W, take an example, we have dot. Take an example, I want to and NBSP. I hope you all have an understanding of this NBSP. NBSP is used for space. Two spaces, dot, $height, dot, $D. Let us see, that means we have used post method. It is retrieve, it is just what is the use of action, what action need to be performed, that depends on result.php. This will, you can say, inter web page communication. That means it will take input from the user end and thereafter transfer this control to result.php. Result.php is responsible for performing calculation right now. Let us see what exactly, whether we are getting the whatever the user is going to input is going to be display or not. Let me check it right now. User is going to input, take an example, five, 2, and 2. As you can see, I'm just going to zoom it right now. As you can see in this 5, 2, 2. This is, we are getting it on a result.php. Now our task is very easy, which means now we are able to understand whenever we are going to create any of the application, should have an understanding of this, how we can retrieve a parameter from one page to another web page. See, as now we are getting this parameter on this. Now What was the formula? Let us go back to the screen. Volume equal to width multiplied by height multiplied by depth. Let me do this process right now. That means dollar volume equal to dollar W multiply dollar H multiply dollar D. And if I want to display this result on screen, echo dollar volume. Let us copy this whole CSS, and this is an internal CSS actually. Just copy this whole CSS from this web page and we'll use it on a result.php as well. Later, after this, we will convert this style to, you can say, external CSS. See, in this, we have used legend. Let take this legend CSS. I'm just convert this copy and pasting and applying it on H1. It means, take an example. This is the volume. With the help of dot operator, we can display multiple value. Let us use H1 tag because we already have defined CSS for H1. And this is obvious, this is a pair tag, should have a closing as well. Let us show again done this. We'll see what exactly the outcome it is showing to us. Width 2 multiply by, take an example, P, depth is 2. 3 to 6, 6 to 12. It is showing me 12 on a screen. We can use a center tag as well so that we'll be able to see. Let us just refresh it, run it again. Click it on go. Volume of rectangular cube is 12. It means we can add any of the tag. This is the benefit of HTML. Echo is used for display the content. What is the use of dot operator? Take an example. If we have a want to write HTML and want to display my dynamic content as well, can do this with this process. Let us see what exact the, take an example. If I'm going to see my view page source, this result dot web page, what exactly it is showing to us. As you can see, you are not able to see the PHP script, dollar value, variable declaration and all. It is just showing me very simple. This is the way how we can convert a static page to a dynamic page. And take an example, if someone has used dollar get, this is the use of dollar post. Let me convert this to dollar get. Take an example, if someone has used dollar get, then what kind of a changes that person has to do? What exactly that person will do? That person has to change this scope variable. That means dollar underscore get, because right now the request will be in a form of get. And let us run it again. I hope you will be able to understand, which means right now when we are going to add the parameter, that will be shown it on a URL as well. As you can see, all the parameters are going to be shown, and the result 2 multiplied by 2 4, 4 multiplied by 2 8. This is the way. With this way we can connect one page to another page. And let me take it in a very more specific way. Take an example. I want a result on a same page. Then what it will happen? So let us suppose we have created this. Take an example. This index. I'm just going to convert it to post. Control A, Control C. Able to understand now how we can communicate from one page to another page. This is the simple page, index page. I have created it, and user is going to input the three value. I have received this result in this web page, and with the help of PHP script we just had solved this width multiplied by height and displaying the volume. If take an example, when you are going to create any of the application, very important, some of the tasks we need to perform it on a same page. This is that means in this we are communicating from one page to another page. Let we make it to only the single page. Take an example. I just have copied the index page. Control S. I'm just going to store it as my single page application. And extension should be .php, obvious, because we are going to write a code in PHP script. And this result, let us just copy this PHP portion and place it here in a body tag. And I'm just going to copy this h1 for showing heading. As you can see, actually the communication from one page to inter web page communication, that means one page to another web page, we see this will generate an error for us. What exactly I have just have done? I just have copied the index page. After copying the index page, want to display the result on a same page. Just copy the result.php script and paste it here. Let me run it. I'm just going to show you why. Will explain you all the things so that we'll be able to understand why this error is be is going to be shown and what will be the solution of this error. If anyone still having any query related to inter web page communication, can ask in this chat box. Otherwise we'll show you the next this single web page communication using HPHP. Right now, what exactly the web page we have created right now? my single page. As you can see, this giving us undefined index. Why it is giving us undefined index? What exactly it is saying? Sir, you just have written controller as display everything on a same page, and by default, just going to show you, as you can see in body tag, what I have done is like taking an input using a get. Let me convert, see, taking an input using a get, and right now just delete, enabling post. As you can see right now, in this, what exactly we are going to learn, how we can embed a PHP on a same page. That means I want this action to be performed on a same page, my single page.php. But in this, when we are going to run, let me try to understand. HTML head, this is for our understanding. But body tag, whatever we have displayed should be shown. It will go to this 66, 67 and 68 line. I'm just going to giving you a notice. See, 66, 67 and 68 line giving you a notice. What notice it is giving you? Sir, undefined index for this width, height and depth. Why it is giving? Because we have not inputted a value. Till now we have not inputted a value. And take an example, if I'm going to input a value 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2 and going to click it on go 6. Right now it is not giving me any of undefined. It is showing, sir, result is 8. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. That is it. It is okay. What exact the way why it is giving me this first time error? Let me try to solve this. This is giving me an error. The reason behind is we have not inputted a value. By default, the value will be undefined. And the solution for this, PHP has given you a one function is set. This function is very important. See, that function is necessary for two-page web page, inter-web page communication as well, intra-web page communication as well. What exactly we need to do? We just need to write if dollar is set. What is the function name? Is set. If someone has clicked, and if someone has clicked, just name this button name, go. If someone has clicked on this go button, dollar underscore post. If someone has clicked on this go button, then get the value from the form element and perform this action. Otherwise, don't show anything. You will observe this thing right now. It was giving us an error. I'm just going to run it in the next tab so that we'll be able to see the difference. Now it is not giving us any of notice. It is just giving us normal web page, which means that when you want to display, when you want to write the code, this is very important. Why is important? Because when you are going to do the signing process mean going login web page. As I can show you the login web page, that means the same PHP script I have written it in the same page. That does not mean it is giving me, it is executing my code. That things we can handle it with the help of EasySet. I hope you all will have a clarity of this. Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible now? No? Let me run it right now. This one. 2, 3, 4. It means if someone is going to add a value, when clicking it on go, now it is showing me result. And other than this is the use of EasySet function. But make sure whenever you are going to apply EasySet function, you should have whatever your button name. And important one is get, post and request. Take an example. If I'm going to change this to request, then what will happen? This will not much impact on this. To take an example, to 12. This will not impact on us. But what reason is speed. What exactly I have mentioned to you, if you have used post method, you have to use post method. Don't have an idea which method I have used it for element, then this is the option. This one is better option to use a request. But request mean we are saying this thing, mapping will be handled by my PHP script. It means I am just giving a right to PHP. Okay, the response can be in a form of PHP get or post. There accordingly just handle my parameter. If you are a better developer, better coder, post will be your choice. And take an example, if we are going to write get, method is post, whether it is acceptable or not, let me try to run this. To any input and any depth. As you can see, nothing is being shown on in front of us. Why the result is not being front on of us? This is the error behind, which mean we the method I have used post, but the request I am just accepting get, which mean need to convert it to post. Let us create a header. I hope you all have an understanding of header tag. I'm not using this one. Let me take index page example again. Index page and result page, so that we'll have a proper understanding how we can handle templating. Okay, whenever you are going to create application, I'm just going to show you the structure first. The first one should have a header tag. In between, the last one should have footer tag. And very important, I'm just going to show you what exact the standardization we follow when we are going to create any of application. Take an example, I'm just going to show you a very simple one so that all will be able to understand. See, this is the actual this is the actual demand of your Google search engine. What Google search engine want? Google search engine want should have a proper HTML, meta tag, and thereafter should have a proper author name, should have a complete description, even though should have complete detail, because I think all have an understanding of page rank algorithm. Page rank algorithms is used for showing us our web page website on search engine. Take an example, if someone is going to search it with the keyword, how we can guarantee of this in this website should be shown or not. See, here I have used footer section. I'm just going to show you, when you are going to create a web page, we have a one website. The name of the website is W3 Validator. Okay, students, if what exactly we have done until now will continue in the next session. I'm just going to conclude so that we'll be able to understand. We have created a normal one web page. In this, we have applied internal CSS. I hope you all are able to understand use of post method, get method, and how we can perform mapping on next page. Even we have done it on a single page as well. When you are going to get a response on a same page, what is most needed? The most needed is set dollar underscore post, and should have to use is set. Other than this, if you are not going to apply is set, what it exactly, this will just give you an error that will show you notice, and by default it will show you undefined. For handling this, we have is set, use of is set. And what is the use of echo? Echo is used for display the content on browser. And we have seen the use of dot operator. Dot operator is used for, take an example, if we have a different multiple component that we can display it with the help of dot operator. Integrate, that means integration, that means volume. If I want to write any HTML tag, we have this PHP provide me a facility. I can write, I can execute HTML tag as well, but it should be in echo. And very important to understand use of variable. That means it is of, you can say, dynamic type. Dynamic type, whatever the input we are giving, there accordingly type will be defined. And we have seen in first normal case study, as I have shown to you this case study, this one, HTML was just for creating a normal web page, and for making it impressive, I have used internal CSS. And take an example, if we are just going to copy and paste it in another created table CSS, take an example folder, and we it can be linked with the help of link. If you any student still having any query, just let me know. And I'm just waiting for you, and it will be more appreciable. If you have any query, just ask me in a chat box, and will respond in chat box.
There is no question from the student side, sir. We can bind up this session right now. Tomorrow we have one session 10 to 12, sir.
So thank you all for joining,
Uh,
and it will be a great learning for you. I just have shared you how we can inter web page communicate. Next session that will be your tomorrow. Will create a one complete web
sir,
application
from
using
tomorrow,
PHP deploy and deploy it on server side. Abhimanyu sir will guide you what exact the way to. First one is development. After that, deployment is very necessary for understanding.
thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.